How are you?
Good, good, good.
That's good. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with today?
Everyone.
So how is Labor Day for you guys now?
It's a lot of labor.
Busy.
Busy? Do you have any special plans for today, if you have time for any special plans?
Practice. A lot of practice. Yeah.
Well, that's good. I have a series of questions, obviously. Let me start with Taylor for a second. So, Taylor, I believe that John Lynn had spoken to you on Friday, and I was actually listening in on the conversation. My name is Mariana, if you recall. So we covered a lot of ground that time, but there are a couple of the questions that I had that I didn't really ask, mainly because I was busy doing other things at the time. One of the questions I did wanted to know is what actually got you started in singing, of all things?
What actually got me started, my dad picked up a Fender Stratocaster from Atlanta, Georgia, and he brought it back, into Louisiana. And it kind of, really excited me to see him play on the couch and stuff. And I really enjoyed that. But along with playing guitar and just, strumming a few chords, I guess singing comes second nature, I guess. And that really is what inspired me. My dad originally picking up and playing from the past.
So I'm assuming that the guitar is the first instrument that you started playing, and then you kind of moved into piano, or is it vice versa?
No, actually, I started off on drums. It didn't really go so well, and then I went to piano, just kind of hanging around on keys, and then I eventually moved to guitar, and then singing came.
Okay, well, very good. Let me move on to Michael Grasso, the magician. How are you doing?
Good.
That's good to hear. Now, I was actually a very big fan of your sleight of hand magic that you did in Las Vegas. I couldn't understand, and a lot of fans out there are the same way. Couldn't understand why you didn't go through because of your sleight of hand. It's very precise, very clean. Now, we've had a lot of illusionists and a lot of magicians over the past couple decades of Siegfried and Roy, David Copperfield, Lance Burton, Blaine, and so on and so forth. What is it that you bring to the table that will help you stick out from everything that we've seen so far?
I focus more on presentation and performance, but the illusions and the tricks are very important. It's all about the overall picture. When I look for assistants, I look for artists. I look for someone who can bring something to the table other than just looking good. Mm-hmm. And I also add a classic vibe, so I really think the audience feels that.
Okay. And I guess one of the questions is, what actually got you started in, what was it that said, okay, I want to learn magic, I want to be able to create illusions? What got you started in all that?
My father was working on movie sets in Manhattan.
Okay.
And we were staying with one of the producers, and he had a little magic library, and he gave me a book to take home, and I opened it up, and since that day, it's been my passion.
Oh, wow. And do you have any influences or any inspirations as you create your illusions as the years go by? Because I think I read on your website you've been doing magic for, 27 years?
Probably. It's hard to keep track, but it's been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But some of my influences, David Copperfield, and a lot of older magicians that are long gone, and just people, the general public would know who they were. But yeah, it's a lot of the older, 1920s, 30s, 40s magicians were really inspirational to me. Things were a little darker. They didn't cut a woman in half and laugh about it. It was more believable. They were more character-based.
Okay. John Quayle, are you there?
John Quayle is not.
Or is it Prince Poppycock?
But Prince Poppycock is here.
Is it Prince Poppycock or is it John today?
It's Prince Poppycock, unfortunately.
Unfortunately? How is that unfortunate?
Well, I woke up at 2 a.m. I'm a little tired.
Oh, 2? Just 2? I haven't slept yet, but that's a different story.
I had a half an hour. So.
Okay.
What can I do for you today?
A quick question is, what are your musical inspirations or influences on either side of the coin, I should say? Because we didn't get to that when I spoke to you on Friday.
My influences range from everything from
the classical side. I love Puccini. I love Pavarotti. I love Juan Diego Flores. To Morrissey and the Smiths and Peter Gabriel. To Gilbert and Sullivan. To Weimar era cabaret. And Broadway musicals.
Very nice. Fine Gravity, are you there?
Oh, yeah, here.
Okay. The fact that you're college kids and you're anonymous and now a lot of people have known about you, a lot of us in the nerdy geek industry, myself included, has seen a lot of blacklight groups on the other side of the ocean. But they're not as prominent here in the States. Maybe that's why your group is so unique, because nobody's really seen it. What is it that gave you the idea to create this blacklight group and got you started? Since, it's not every day somebody's going to wake up and say, ooh, I want to create a blacklight performance group.
Well, our first performance was for a philanthropy talent show on the Virginia Tech campus. Between all the fraternities and sororities, they all compete to raise money for an organization called Service to Sight. Mm-hmm. And we got the idea from different videos from blacklight theater and a technique called kabuki theater.
Yes.
And so we kind of combined the two, and we seem to do it well, and so here we are.
Okay. And obviously with the groups overseas, one of the more prominent videos out there is the one where you have that ping pong game going on, and they really, that's what I remember most from that blacklight group overseas. But what you guys do is so much more different. How are you going to try to raise the bar of your game without, I guess you can say, quote-unquote, copying some other groups that have already been there?
Right. Well, obviously we use similar techniques, but we feel that we put our own spin on it, and we're able to put our creative minds into the performance. And being able to take it from the ideas to the stage is really what makes us happy. And we just love performing, so as long as people like what we do, then we're happy.
Okay. Jeremy, are you there? How are you feeling since your accident a week or two ago?
I'm feeling a lot better. I'm still a little stiff and sore. You can't really fall 10 feet and be okay in a couple days. So, but I'm definitely doing a lot better.
So you're going to be all ready for this show later this week? Tomorrow actually, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to be so ready for this. I'm really excited about this performance. I got a lot of really hard stuff in there, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Now, typically, obviously you spend a lot of time building your own sets, and then practicing a couple hundred times through before you feel like it's ready. Now, with America's Got Talent, you've had like a few months here and maybe a month there, and the amount of time you have in between performances has shortened considerably. How is that affecting you as a performer who's used to having months at a time to work on things, and now probably having, I think in this case, a week?
Well, actually, it's way less than a week because we still got to build my props and everything. So, for a performer like myself, it's really tough because I can't even start performing or practicing until all my stuff's built. So I literally get 2 days of practice before I go on there. So it's really tough.
I see. But I guess you had some practice with doing things the last second after your accident the last time.
Yeah, I've got to practice since my accident a little bit. I'm still pretty sore, so I haven't been able to practice as much as I'd like because my body just can't take it.
Okay. And I guess this is a question just to everyone in general, is that with the possibility of opportunities opening up being on America's Got Talent, is there any place that you were hoping that this opportunity would help you individually as people? Even you all, not everybody is going to win, but being this far, you're all winners anyway. I know I'll be looking forward to seeing each and every one of you in the future down the road or whatnot, but what is it that you're looking forward to or that you hope to take away from this competition?
Well, I'd love to take away the $1 million, but a Vegas show would be awesome.
Anyone else?
I'd love to be able to have enough money to buy horses.
Always all really hope for and dream is to perform and do what we love. And I've said this before in other interviews. And everybody's getting to perform in front of millions of people, and it's really been a blessing to us just to be able to do that. So I think we've really taken a lot from this. This show's really helped us out a lot. And you know, I think each and every one of us from this point, we're really going to be able to build a solid foundation and really be able to like rocket ourselves into something bigger and a bigger picture. And this has really been a great experience for all of us.
Well, that's good. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you tomorrow.